Self-awareness is a superpower. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. My name is KathyLaDonna, and this message is what your life path needs to know right now. Before I get into the message, please give this video a thumbs up so that it could be recognized by the algorithm and it could help the channel to grow. My message for the number 11, the master number 11 right now. So, with the number 11 being created by, basically when you look at the number 11, you see the number 1 repeated. And because that number 1 is repeated, that means that the masculine energy that embodies the number 1 energy is repeated twice. So because all of that masculine energy is present and reduces to the number 2 energy, which is nurturing, caring, supporting, it's like there's a lot of turbulence there, because the downside of the number 2 energy could be fear. You know, the number 1 is brave, courageous, and have all these ideas, but the number 2 could be a bit fearful because of its need to be one, to be a part of something. The number 2 is not good alone. The number 2 is the mothering and nurturing energy that guides and supports others, you know. So my message for the number 1 energy right now is journaling for the number 11 energy, because in these times I could see how the number 11 energy is experiencing a lot of turbulence because the number 11 being a gate, constantly receiving information, because the number 1 energy is an idea, and people associated with the number 1 energy constantly are receiving different messages and guidance. And then the number 2 energy is meant to put that information into action. But I find that people strongly associated with the number 11 energy have a hard time in bringing their ideas forward, because the number 11 energy has a hard time in believing in itself and believing in its abilities to do great things, believing in its ability to be original. So because of that, the number 11 energy tends to doubt itself and will come up with the greatest and the best ideas for humanity, for itself, for the collective, or just to create art-wise. And it will suppress it. It will not give birth to it. It will not allow it to see the light, to come up out of its head. And even though the 11 adds up to the number 2 energy, and the number 2 energy is what puts an idea into motion so that it could give birth to the child, the number 3, the creative self-expression, it's like the number 1, because it's repeated, it's like it comes up with the ideas, it comes up with them. The number 2 energy supports it, but then that same number 1 energy stops it. Because the number 1 energy has to do with our ego and how we identify with things. And it's almost like our ego recognizes us in things. So with the number 11 energy, it's like it needs to have confirmation of what it's doing, but you won't know if your idea is successful until you give birth to it and just do it. There's no confirmation. There's no way anyone could tell you like, yes, this works. The number 11 energy tends to need a lot of validation, and because of that, it doesn't move forward and give birth to its ideas, inventions, and different things like that. And my message for you is to journal right now. Do a lot of journaling so you can release a lot of the energy that you're building up, because your mind is constantly working. And then the need to identify with physical reality or physical things in order to see yourself, that causes you to seek validation, and that stops you from taking steps or moving forward on things. And I feel like this is the time more than ever where you, as an artist, as someone who is known for to be an artistic genius. Like, this is the time for you to get out of your head, step up, and allow yourself to be original in your creations if you are an artist. I find that the way how the number 11 energy creates is through refurbishing, rebuilding, but taking something that's already done and pretty much adding its own unique gifts to it, adding its own perspective, adding its own look, just basically adding its own influence, its own experience in something that's already done, and then pretty much repackaging it and representing it. All that is important also. So whether you are starting out by refurbishing things, whether you are taking an outfit and cutting it up and repurposing it and reselling it, or taking lyrics and rewriting it and making it new again, however, whatever you are doing, the world needs more art. The world needs more creative people. The world needs more storytellers, because art is an experience, and the experience of art can put us in alignment with source. Art can help to serve us up to the creator and put us in an alignment to where we can be tapped and tuned into source and be able to access the abundance that we all deserve, the abundance that is a part of all of our DNAs. So yes, number 11, as an artist, the world needs you more than ever. But it is important for you to journal, to pretty much get out of your own head. And it is important right now for you to trust yourself and take risks. Take risk when it comes to whatever it is that you're producing. Produce what you produce. Don't look to see if there's anything else like it. Don't look to share it with anyone else for them to tell you what they think of it. Observe the fact that you look for the need for validation, and that need for validation causes you to stifle a lot of life that you've been meant to give birth to and share with this world. As a number 11, the 2 ones, I'm holding crystals. As a number 11, it's like basically you're a doorway. You are a conduit. You are a channel. You are a channel that the universe uses to deliver messages. That's why you have all of the thoughts that you have. That's why you're constantly coming up with good ideas, different ideas. And you have to just trust yourself and just spit it out. Trust yourself, share it, and just keep moving forward. Observe the part of yourself that goes to questioning everything that you do. Be aware that you do that. And the minute you feel yourself questioning, affirm to yourself that I am divinely being guided to share this with the world. That just came to me as I am talking to you. I am divinely being guided to share this with the world. I am divinely being guided to share this with the world. It is very important that you say that to yourself as you get downloads and guidance to new information, new art, different things to put out. Be abstract, be you. Do not look if there's anything like what you are doing, because it is in your nature as the number 1, as the number 11, to look for confirmation, to validation. Be original, be the number 1 energy. It is natural that the number 2, because the number 11 adds up and reduced to the number 2 vibration. Some people say, oh, you don't add up these numbers, but I believe as long as there's more than one number present, yes, I'm going to add and reduce, but I'm also going to, respect the integrity of the number 11 that's present before me, because the number 2 energy that it adds up and reduced to is also present. So why act like it's not there? So yeah, and the number 11 is 2 number 1s, side by side. The number 1 has to do with the ego and how we identify with things. So it's also important to you that other people identify with what you're doing. I find that that's why it feels safer for a lot of people with the number 11 energy tend to refurbish things because you feel safe knowing that that thing already existed. It was already accepted. So because it was already accepted, then they'll accept this, you know? And another thing too that came to mind with the number 11 energy, it's like not trusting yourself. Yeah, like I said, not trusting yourself to get guidance to start from the scratch. Meditation, which is as simple as a conscious breath in, a conscious breath out, and paying attention to your breath and the sensations that you're feeling within and on top of your body. Doing that regularly will help to quiet the mind so you know the difference between your random thoughts and guidance from your higher self. Journaling will also do that. The more you tap into yourself and allow your higher self to guide you, the more you will know and get guidance as far as what to create right now. But yeah, my message to you is to work on your vibration. And I think I've mentioned gratitude. And if I haven't, I'll mention it again. It is important for you to find things to be grateful for so you can align yourself within the vibration of the Creator. That way you will come out of your head and not be so aggressive when it comes to yourself, picking yourself apart and finding all the reasons why you're not good enough or why you are not capable of, when that is far from the truth. And when you change your vibration and align yourself with love, light, and the Creator, which is an energy that exists within all living self. When we say that we are in love, it just means that we are simply aware of the energy of love that is always present. So tap into source by being grateful. Gratitude will put you in alignment with the energy of love, and you'll be able to attract all things. You'll be able to be abundant, and you'll be guided and get downloads to create the kind of art, the kind of experience that will inspire us, inspire others, and help us to even be more in alignment with the energy of source, with the Creator. Number 11, drop me an 11 in the box below if you've made it this far, or leave me a message. I would love to hear from you. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.